The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, also known as CMS, just released some very big Medicare news for 2025. And these three confirmed changes will affect almost everyone on Medicare. The document that CMS released is the bid information for 2025 Medicare prescription drug plans. It's basically the cost that it will take or how much money it will take for insurance companies to offer prescription drug coverage in 2025. And on it, Medicare finally confirmed that your out-of-pocket expenses for prescription drugs is going down in 2025. While the average premiums for prescription drug plans are going up next year, it's not as high as some people initially thought. Now, this document is full of industry talk and jargon is pretty confusing, so let me simplify all of the big news for you. So let's start with something that everybody knew was coming for a while now, and that CMS, of course, confirmed will be going through next year. In 2025, Medicare is getting rid of the infamous donut hole for prescription drug plans, or what is known as the coverage gap. And you will have a maximum out of pocket that's going down from what was somewhere around $3,300, $3,400 in 2024. It wasn't a fixed amount, but in 2025, it will be a fixed amount of $2,000. Now, to help you understand these changes, here's a quick look at the different stages of Medicare prescription drug plans as they are in 2024. You can pause the video here if you need to take a closer look, but I really want to focus in on the coverage gap stage, which is also known as the donut hole. In 2024, once you're in the donut hole, you have to pay 25% of the prescription drug costs, regardless of which tier they fall into. So if you're talking about expensive medications, let's say medications costing $600 for a refill, you'll have to pay $150 out of pocket when you're in the donut hole. And just as a fun fact, that 25% is actually a lot lower than in previous years, because back when Part D was first formed, it used to be 100% that you had to pay in the donut hole. That's why the donut hole has a reputation as something that you want to avoid as much as possible. But anyway, in 2024, once you reach that $8,000 in your true out-of-pocket costs, which adds up to about $3,300 out of your pocket, you move to the catastrophic coverage stage and you're done paying for that year. So that's what prescription drug plan stages look like in 2024. So now let's look at the confirmed changes for 2025. Right away, you can see that there's no more donut hole. Once you're out of the initial coverage stage, you immediately jump to the catastrophic coverage stage and you're done spending for the entire year. Not only that, but if you take a closer look, you'll notice that the initial coverage stage also has some changes. Back in 2024, Medicare calculated the retail cost of your prescription drugs, the deductible, and the initial coverage stage. And once they reached $5,030, that's when you moved into the donut hole. But in 2025, Medicare is now only going to look at your out-of-pocket costs. And once your out-of-pocket spending reaches $2,000, you're done spending for prescription drug plans for the year. So this is huge news for people who are taking expensive prescription drugs. However, and this is a big however, there's one big question that needs to be asked. Who is going to pay for this lower out-of-pocket cost? Well, this brings us to the two other big changes. So the second big change, as expected, premiums for Part D drug plans are going up in 2025. Now, CMS is changing the base beneficiary Part D premium. You could consider it the average Part D premium from $34.70 in 2024 to $36.78 in 2025, which is actually a lot lower than some people feared. Now, keep in mind, this is not how much prescription drug plans actually cost in 2025. Even though the base beneficiary premium is going to be set at $36.78, plans can still charge higher than this or lower than this based on how they structure their benefits. However, because of the way Medicare works, the Part D plans and their bidding, which is a pretty complex process, the base beneficiary premium tends to end up being about the average premium for prescription drug plans. So some are going to be higher than $36, others are going to be lower, but $36.78 is going to be more or less the average premium in 2025. And that's why a lot of people were surprised that the base beneficiary is only going up $2.08. Now, of course, we're still waiting for annual election period to see how much the plans will actually cost. But for now, it seems like Medicare is trying to make sure that prescription drug plans don't just cancel out the lower maximum out of pocket by charging extremely high premiums, which brings us to the third big change. Medicare is taking action to prevent premiums from skyrocketing. If you're afraid that your plan's premium is going to skyrocket in the coming years, Well, you'll be glad to hear about this. Part of what CMS released yesterday is a long section talking about the voluntary Part D premium stabilization demonstration.
What in the world?
Which is a long way of saying that CMS is trying to find a way to help cover the cost of these more expensive prescription drug plans. And if you want to go over all the details, I'll put a link in the description for you below. But in a nutshell, Medicare is creating a new demonstration, which we might think of like a program that's designed to regulate premium increases for standalone prescription drug plans in 2025. One key part of the program is that participating plans can't increase their premium by more than $35 a year, which should be a big relief to people who are anticipating much higher increases because of the increase in benefits in 2025. Now, this is a voluntary plan, meaning insurance companies don't have to participate if they don't want to, but I'm sure that all of them will participate. But of course, if a prescription drug plan does not participate in this, their premiums will skyrocket, and they're going to lose a lot of business that way, or certainly no one's going to sign up for their plan. Again, we'll have to wait and see how all this plays out, but it's definitely a welcome change given how uncertain people are at this time over drug plans in 2025. Now, before I close this video, let's talk about action steps. What exactly can you do about these changes? Well, the first thing that you need to do is to review your annual notice of changes when it arrives in September. This is a document that you get in the mail or online or through email, and it goes over all of your plan changes for 2025. Whether you're enrolled in a standalone prescription drug plan or a Medicare Advantage plan with prescription drug coverage, you should be getting this document before September 30th, and it's critical that you review it. Remember, these are unprecedented times for prescription drug plans, so don't automatically renew your plan assuming that everything is the same as it was in 2024. Some plans are going to become a lot worse, so you really need to be careful. The next thing you can do is shop for plans during the annual enrollment period, which runs from October 15th to December 7th. During this time, you can switch your prescription drug plan or your Medicare Advantage plan. And again, I want to stress a lot of plans are going to have changes. So it's definitely wise to shop around during this time and to make a change if you find a better plan for you. And if you ever need help comparing your options, our team of licensed insurance agents here at PlanFit would be more than happy to assist you at no cost to you. So call or text us at 877-360-6565, and we'll give you unbiased help in finding the lowest cost drug plan for you. And last but not least, remember that this is a developing situation. Yes, the 3 things that I talked about today are confirmed changes, but we're still waiting to see exactly how they play out, and whether or not Medicare and CMS are going to introduce more changes in the near future. If you want to stay informed on all the latest changes, be sure to hit the subscribe button. My team and I are always on the lookout for breaking news when it comes to Medicare, and I'll make sure that you stay up to date with all the latest changes as well. But other than that, I really hope that this video helps you for the upcoming annual enrollment period, because it's going to be a big one. And don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below with your thoughts on these changes. Okay, I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.